How to replace the motor on your Sebo X series vacuum cleaner. Firstly, make sure you're disconnected from the mains. Then we're going to remove the main body by pressing in this button and then just giving it a quick pull. We're also going to remove the filter. This is a bit blackened. We're going to fit a new one later on. I also like to fit a new filter into the bagged area so everything's nice and new for the new motor. Now we have the main floor tool on its own. We're just going to take out the brush bar. Press in this button, wiggle the end cap, and then take out the roller and put it to one side. Turn the floor tool over and you've actually only got 4 cross-headed screws to undo. So we'll just undo these now. And then once you've done that, turn it back over and the top cover will just lift off nice and easy. And there inside you will see the motor compartment. This cover again only has 4 cross-headed screws holding it in place. So we're going to undo those now. There's one in each corner, and then this just lifts off to reveal the motor that sat inside. Before taking out the motor, we just need to remove this end cover that sits over the cog and the belt, and then we can just slide the belt off nice and easily too. So just pull the motor up, and we're going to save any rubber parts to use on the new motor. So this top part, which is a rectangular part, we're going to save that, and then we are going to disconnect the white wire and the black wire that goes to the plug, and then we can take the motor out. And again, there's another rubber part here, the rubber ring, which just goes on the base of the motor. The rectangular rubber part fits on the new motor like so. This part fits onto this corner part, and then totally optional, you can just put a bit of washing up liquid on this rubber part. It's just going to help it to slide back in a little bit easier. It just all pushes down, and then you'll see that the rectangular part fits like this, the thicker part being at the front if you like. Now to fit the belt, we just lift the motor slightly to give the belt a little bit of space to fit on. Just try and put it onto the cog of the motor and then use the other cog and turn it, and then it'll just find its way onto the motor, and then you can press the motor down back into place. The cover just slides into this little channel here and then just fits into place nicely. Now this metal part may stay in place, it may not. There's a little spring on it, so just to show you, if it pings off, the small part of the spring goes through the little hole on the metal piece, and then the hooked part goes around the back of this little plastic part here. Before putting the motor cover on, we just need to make sure that the wires sit in these channels here. There's also one down here. It just stops them from getting trapped. And then the cover goes on. I always fit it the front end first, and then press it all down and make sure that there's no gaps around the back or anywhere else. Now you just need to do up the 4 screws that we took out earlier. Again, just cross-headed screws. The main cover just fits on like so, just push it down, and then we need to turn it over and do up the 4 screws again that we took out earlier. If you need to ask any questions, by the way, please put them in the comments and I will always try to help. Now we need to refit the brush. I'll just try and line up these little slots with the 2 prongs that stick out on the drive spindle. And then it all just pushes in. And the end cap pushes into place as well. Refit the small filter, and then we need to get the main part of the vacuum cleaner, and this just push fits into place. And that's it, your repair is complete. I do hope that you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. This next video is if you're wanting to replace the cable on your Sebo. They normally go intermittent first.